Hello, my dear students. Myself, Krutika Patel from Samarpan Gyan School, Rata. This is the last video lecture of class 10th Social Science Democratics, chapter number 4, Gender, Caste and Religion. Today we are going to complete our last topic of this chapter, that is caste. So here, let us begin with our last topic. But before we begin, let's have a quick revision of the topics we have already covered. Here, this is a chapter we have started. The first topic which we began with is gender. Gender discrimination is seen in India at a very large scale, as men and women are biologically different, but our society has various stereotypes about men and women, and this is because of this women are poorly represented in our politics. And so our topic, gender and politics, women are given very less political positions. There is gender inequality, there are lots of gender discrimination, and education of women is not the priority for women in most of the families, and the work which is done by women are always considered very low grade. And when women and men both are working at equal place, equal status, still they are not considered equal. And also the literacy rate among men and women is low. You can see the data over here, how the literacy rate ratio is also less. Even the women are paid less when they have both are doing same work. So here happened feminist movement, a movement done by women to get equal rights, for getting all the equal rights. So reforms were done, issues happened, and so what all things came changes. You can see the reforms done against domestic violence, maternity leave, and many more things which women suffer from. These are the movements, feminist movement which women's organization has done. You can see the images over here, and what was the effect? Got great access to education, and today even women has got the political status. And here 33% reservation for women. This is still not passed, and you can see the difference between the percentage of men and women in the political status. 1/3 seats are reserved for women on the local level of government. Still the bill is imposed and still it is pending. And these are the few women who have been working since many years in our political system. So here, after many years, women got equality, and today we stand equal, but still improvement is needed in political status. Here we see that women work as the scientists, lawyers, and many more posts. Here we see women are equal. Even we can say Nari Shakti. So here we come to end of our topic, first topic, that is gender politics. Then we did with religion and politics. So let's revise that also. Religion is said that secular state. It is written in the Indian Constitution that India is the secular state. Now what is secular state? That India does not have any religion. Like if we talk about a country, Pakistan follows Christianity. Sri Lanka follows Buddhism. Pakistan follows Muslimism. I am really very sorry. Pakistan follows Muslimism. Sri Lanka follows Buddhism. England follows Christianity. So these are the religions followed by the state. But as we know, India is a country with the vast religious people, and here so in our constitution it is said that India is a secular state. It does not have any official religion. We have language, official language is Hindi, but we don't have any official religion. But religion plays a very important part. How? people of all the religion of India have right to practice all the religion, and can be no discrimination based on the race, but religion plays important role. How? When religion and politics come together, they make a big disaster. How? We'll understand through communalism. I've already explained you what is communalism. When belief of one religion are presented superior, when one group of community, like if we talk about Hindu community, they are in majority and they dominate over the other community people, and if this involves in politics, that if they use these things in politics, then it leads to communalism. We have lots of religion in our country, these are very few of them, and when this takes the form of politics, you can see the vast disaster happening. Biggest example, India and Pakistan suffered from the worst communal riots. Hindu and Muslimism riots happen still today, and when India and Pakistan was divided, there was a huge disaster, and India is declared secular state, no discrimination on the basis of religion, and even the untouchability is removed now. India is a place where unity in diversity is seen, and it is said that stop communalism to start the progressive. Politicians will stop communalism, surely there will be lots of progress. So now a very small topic we are going to cover today, that is caste and religion. We all are aware of casteism. Which caste you believe, which caste I believe, is the major question asked today. So when we talk about caste, it comes to, if we talk about caste, there is there are positive and negative impacts too. So this is the hierarchy of the caste in India. First stage, it is Brahmins, priests, then are Kshatriyas, kings, then Vaishyas, the merchants, the landlords, and last comes Shudra caste, common peoples, servants, peasants. So here, in most of these societies, the inequalities is seen that the Shudras will be bonding to this three of them. They will be working under them. They will be forcefully made work under them because they are lower caste people. The caste system is an extreme form of being discriminated. In this system, the member of the same caste group are supposed to form the social community that practice the same occupation, married with the same caste, do not eat with the members from the other caste. What does they do? They form, like Brahmins, they form their own community. They don't go to Shudras, they don't marry with the Shudras. If we see this, we all face this, we all might have seen this. We marry with, like, if I belong to this caste, I am going to marry with this caste. If I go to lower caste, it will be against everybody. But today we can see this has been removed, but they don't eat at this people's house. With the economic development and due to urbanization, due to literacy, due to education, and many more things, the position of landlords in the village, old notions of the caste hierarchies are breaking down, because nowadays education is most powerful weapon. Every people, from it belongs to Shudra or it be Brahmins, they both are, if they both are educated, it breaks the caste hierarchy. And the Indian Constitution has prohibited any caste discrimination and to reverse the injustice of the caste system. So this is all about caste and its discrimination. Now when it comes to caste in politics, when we talk about caste system, intercaste, have you heard intercaste marriages? People marrying one caste with another caste. Like if I talk about Shudras and Brahmins, a girl from Shudra family and a boy from Brahmin family, even they get married together nowadays. But if we talk these things in our society in so open, there will be clashes, right? Everyone will not agree with our points. And so when the caste comes to politics, it may take various forms. When parties choose their candidate or when the government are formed, the political parties usually take representatives of different caste tribes to find a place. Now see how government is formed in local area, certain caste people are living and they take advantages of their caste, that I am belong to your caste and I'll be helping to bring up our caste. These are the tricks which are being used. The parties and candidate in election make appeal to the caste sentiment, that emotionally they say that we will help our caste people. They say they raise the caste based issues. They say they will raise our issues if they will win. And parties have made people belonging to lower caste conscious about their rights to vote and their power. They make people very much conscious about how important their lower caste is, and they use their emotions to win their vote. They emotionally blackmail them and then they get the votes. And if this happens, politics also influence the caste system and caste identities by bringing them into political array. So they bring those issues in front of them and says that they will be solving all those issues, and each caste group want to prove themselves better. The neighboring caste, जो भी उनकी सब caste होती है, they want to prove that they are better. So various caste groups are formed because of this. And so what happens, a kind of caste group, backward and forward caste groups are formed in the politics also. And caste plays different role in politics. In some cases, caste division leads to tension, conflict and even violence. You can see these things like no caste based reservations. There are few reservations for certain caste people, and other upper caste people, they want to abort, they want that no reservation for any caste people. These reservations were made by government as few people from belonging to few castes were not given equal rights. Children, understand, few people were not given equal importance, and so at the earlier stage those caste people were given reservations at certain places. And so nowadays also they are getting reservations, so that they get encouraged that being lower caste even they can get reserved seats. And so certain upper caste people, they want to oppose this and they want that no reservation for any caste people. And so hereby we come to end of this beautiful chapter, gender, religion and caste. I hope your concepts are clear of gender, religion and caste. Watch the video again and again. We'll meet with the next video lecture. Till then, bye bye.